Greetings, YouTube. Happy Tuesday. It is amazing to me that for, the second month in a row, we just didn't get an early access bundle before the first featured champion was to arrive for the month. Now, we're almost halfway through August. Today is August 11th, so I would imagine that, maybe Thursday, we'll have the first featured champion of the month's arena, and of course featured Cavalier crystal to accompany that. So today we don't have an early access bundle to purchase and review. We have instead a Tier 5 Catalyst Fragment Pack for those of you who have become Cavalier, which is fascinating to me because, as a reminder, for those of you who are uncollected and above, one of the best pro player, huge praise to Kabam, moves that Kabam made this year in 2020 was to increase radically and dramatically the amount of Tier 2 Alpha and, yes, Tier 5 Basic that you can get from the Glory Store. And as you can see, I purchase every single Alliance Quest week, and thanks to the Summoner compensation, which was amazing for Glory, I have over 5,000 already in my overflow, and I save 5,000 every chance I can because that is the price of 5 tiers, all 5, of the purchase limit of the Tier 5 Basic Catalyst Fragment part of the store. And that is 22,500 or half of a Tier 5 Basic for free every week from the Glory Store. Now, I say free, of course, it still takes the time that you put into Alliance Quest and whether or not you use items. I don't have to because I run map 5 and I have enough skill and also enough good champs to where, well, I don't need to. Okay, so let's talk about this. It's Limit 1, which is always fascinating to me because, let's compare this to, say, yesterday's deal where it was Limit 3. A 10% Tier 5 Class Catalyst Fragment Crystal. That is, not bad. That's, 4,500 Tier 5 Class Catalyst Fragments. But I know people don't like when I say this, but I stand by it. These things are too much of a gamble to really justify cash. A Fragment Crystal is exactly that. It is a 1 out of 6 RNG gamble that 8 out of 10, even 9 out of 10 times is not going to give you the class that you're targeting. So if you spend $40 because you want your Nick Fury to go to rank 3, and let's just say, hypothetically speaking, you're 4,500 Tier 5 Class Catalyst Fragments away. So if you land on skill, you can take Nick Fury to rank 3. You're going to spend $40 to land on Mutant or land on Cosmic or land on Tech, you name it. And it's just not going to be worth your money. In the same token, in the same breath, this is half of what I just talked about getting for free, quote unquote, every week in a queue. So half, that means, I guess to Kabam, I'm getting $80 worth of Tier 5 Basic Catalyst Fragments for free. Pretty cool deal every week with my 5,000 Glory. And then this should be, at this point, not 1 but 2 Tier 2 Alpha. They should be $20 a piece. The fact that Kabam is charging $40 for one is so high, it is what we saw last year or even in some good 2018 deals. And then 750,000 gold is almost twice as much as we would normally expect for retail price, or 100,000 gold per $10 or 400,000 gold in this case. So the gold amount is good. The gold amount's at least a B- to a B, but the Tier 2 Alpha amount is an F. The Tier 5 Basic, considering the Glory Store, is at most a C-, and the 10% Tier 5 Class Catalyst Fragment Crystal, who, let's be honest, anytime there's any one of these, whales will snatch them up, and the reason why they continue to have high prices for the quote-unquote average spender or average summoner is because those whales will do anything they can to purchase all of the Tier 5 Class Catalyst Fragment Crystals. Remember, for the longest time, these quote-unquote deals had 2% Tier 5 Class Catalyst Fragment Crystals. 2%! You'd need 50 of them in the same class to get a Tier 5 Class Catalyst, and people still bought them up because that's how desperate they were for Tier 5 Class Catalyst Fragment Crystals. I think this entire bundle fails any smell test for good value. It still gets an F. And if that's too negative, so be it. But I call it like I see it. You compare the value of this for $40 to the value of this for $5, and it's a joke which one makes a ton more sense, especially for the price point. I think this bundle, if you're going to charge $40, you should have it be at least 15,000 Tier 5 Basic, or 1/3 of a Tier 5 Basic Catalyst. You should have 2 Tier 2 Alphas. And the 10%, look, in a perfect world, I'd still say that this needs to be a selector, but Kabam's not going to do it. They're not going to do it unless there is a extreme circumstance with content like Act 6 completion, because even the July 3rd weekend sales that saw a lot of different opportunities for Tier 5 Class Catalyst Fragment Crystals had 0 selectors, and that is why even after purchasing all of them, I was no fragments closer to taking my Corvus to rank 3 than I was before the deals of that weekend entered the game. I'm going to give this an F. Am I too harsh? Am I being too negative, Prof, again? Or do you actually think that you agree with my assessment? Remember, I'm just one guy on one channel giving one opinion. As always, take it or leave it, but hopefully I help at least explain my position on these grades. It needs to have double the Tier 2 Alpha, or $20 a piece, at least 3,750 more Tier 5 Basic Catalyst Fragments. And yes, in a perfect world, though realistically, on the record, I don't expect them to do this anytime soon based off of past history. I wish these things were selectors, because nothing frustrates me more than spending $40 or $50 or $100 for something that has the hope of a class and never actually landing on that class, because you're at the mercy of RNGesus, who will betray you and, as always, turn into RNJudas.